It's the SKOR North Twins Show.
All right, SKOR North Twins Show extra innings live from Target Field. Declan Goff here for a quick little update, a breaking news, to a degree, update here on the SKOR North Twins Show. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is the first time you've discovered this. If you've been with us the whole season, appreciate you guys. This is a YouTube channel and podcast feed dedicated to Minnesota Twins content. My name's Declan Goff. I'm the host of Extra Innings. I'm here from just about every home game, select road games. You can expect content on the SKOR North Twins Show feed. Trevor Plouffe joins us every Tuesday. Mackie Judd and myself also, you can expect content from us. All right, Royce Lewis, who hasn't played since opening day. He will begin a rehab assignment with the St. Paul Saints tomorrow. So the Saints are in Buffalo, New York, that is. They're in Buffalo, so Royce hopped on a plane at about, I'm recording this about 4 p.m. Central Time. He left Target Field after his final workout with the trainers, hopped on a flight. He will join the St. Paul Saints tonight. He will then DH with St. Paul on Saturday, and then Twins will obviously go from there. But yeah, Royce Lewis getting closer now to returning to the Twins after having that grade 2 quad strain on opening day. He went through his workout here on Friday. All things looked good, according to team officials. So yeah, he's hopped on a flight. He'll be in Buffalo DHing tomorrow, and maybe some third base in this series. We'll certainly see. No timetable to bring him back yet, obviously, to the MLB club. Twins do have 4 games in Kansas City this coming week before hitting the road again against Houston, which ironically enough, that's where Royce made his 2023 debut on May 29th of last year. So he might be making his reappearance in the same ballpark that he made his 2023 appearance. But obviously this Twins offense needs Royce Lewis badly. Yes, the sausage has been great. And there are been highs of highs where this offense does look good without him. But obviously the sandwich is the bookend of that from when they lost him on opening day for the first 18 games this season, and then for the majority of the last 9 games, the Twins could certainly use Royce Lewis's impact and his bat back in this lineup. So he is closer to returning to the Twins, which is obviously very good news. So yeah, that's a little bit of the update on the injury side. He did run the bases during that training session too. He has the intensity trainers were looking for. That was the word that was given to us. He has the intensity that the training staff really wanted to see. So that included running, stopping, sliding. And Jayce Tinger said he's extremely eager to go out there and everything is charged up and he's excited for him. By the way, Jayce Tinger filled in, if you're probably wondering why I said Jayce Tinger's name, not Rocco Baldelli's name. Jayce Tinger filled in for Rocco during the pregame availability. He also will likely be filling in for the post-game availability. It does sound like Rocco, who's under the weather, will still be the acting manager for Friday's game against the Texas Rangers, but feeling a little under the weather. Didn't want to get anybody sick. I am 100% with Rocco in that department, but he should be still good to manage on Friday. We'll see if that's still the case by the time first pitch rolls around. Tingler also said on Royce that's been obviously challenging on him, probably even more mentally than physically. And I can even echo some of those statements too, because I caught up with Royce a few times throughout this injury, and he said this feels completely different than his hamstring injury. The hamstring injury caused him much more physical discomfort. It caused him pain. He felt, Royce is a very optimistic dude, so I will give him credit for this, but he didn't feel as much pain as he did compared to his hamstring injury, compared to even eventually some of the rehab with the ACL tears. This didn't cause him as much discomfort. This honestly caused him more discomfort on the mental side of things. So Royce Lewis obviously now being able to get cleared from that training session, heading to join the St. Paul Saints in Buffalo, one step closer to obviously rejoining this team, which would be huge for him. And yeah, I wouldn't expect this maybe even to be a lengthy rehab assignment. Jayce Tinger also commented on this, that if you remember when the hamstring injury took place near the end of the 2023 regular season, Royce missed about 2 weeks or so and was still able to be ready to play the Astros. And the dude hits a home run on his first pitch and hits 4 more home runs over the course of the 6 playoff games. So I don't think this is going to be a lengthy week-long rehab assignment. Now, they're obviously going to be incredibly cautious. These quads, just like a hamstring injury, are very, very gentle and can obviously reappear and re-tear and show signs of discomfort. So I think they're going to be cautious with them. I obviously have no insight if he'll be ready by the time Kansas City rolls to town here for the next 4 games, but something to certainly watch. But regardless, the good news is Royce Lewis has begun a rehab assignment, and he'll be with the St. Paul Saints playing DH for Saturday's game. Carlos Correa said he was excited for him. He's obviously going to be a big boost to the offense. He has been obviously itching to play for the last month. I think if you were to talk to Royce Lewis directly, and which I have before, and not mention the training staff, Royce would have put himself in the lineup about a month ago. But again, quad injuries, these are very unique injuries, and you can't rush things back. And the Twins, hey, if you would have told me on May 24th that they'd be 3 games above 500 or so, I would probably take that. I wouldn't take door number 2 if that was the other option. So now they're going to hopefully get Royce Lewis back here. They have a big homestand. I know the road trip ended on a sour note, and obviously began on a sour note after being swept by the Yankees, but winning 2 against the Washington Nationals to have their first series win in over a week. And the rally sausage is still sticking around. The rally sausage is still in the Twins clubhouses. Apparently, there is a lot. There's multiple rally sausages. There is not just one rally sausage. So once they toss one out, I think a new one enters, from what I was able to gather on Friday. Jayce Tinger gave a little bit more insight on that, of course. Some of the offensive problems, too, that took place over the losing streak from New York into Cleveland and then even to the first game of Washington. I talked to Ryan Jeffers about that because when I was in Cleveland, at least I noticed this, and I noticed this from the couch even watching the National Series, there was a lot of those loud outs, and I asked Ryan if he kind of felt the same way, where those exit velocities were still high, and is it more frustrating when you're roping the ball and it's still landing in the glove of someone else? And he said, I think that is what is frustrating, is if they were having poor at-bats where it's a lot of strikeouts and a lot of weak contact, then I think they would have to go back to the drawing board, where Ryan Jeffers echoed, like, hey, it is a course of a baseball season, some struggles are obviously going to happen, but a lot of those outs were loud outs, high exit velocity outs that usually are going to go for base hits more times than they're not. So I don't think the Twins were going to necessarily completely change their approach quite yet. And look, I think that's the nature of this team, that this offense is just going to always be a very streaky team, that some days some weeks they're going to look like one of the betters in baseball, and some weeks they're going to look like one of the worst offenses in baseball. But they had some encouraging signs there that they thought, hey, we're actually doing a lot of good things here. Eventually these outs will turn into hits. Eventually these hard hit balls are going to be base knocks more than not. So I thought that was pretty interesting that Jeffers kind of echoed some of that. For God's sakes, Trevor Larnach, 3 of his 6 hardest hit balls all season, including the hardest he's had all season, was an out. 3 of the 6 were outs, on that road trip. So he was making hard contact, and they were just not landing for base hits. So hopefully the Twins offense here, as they get Texas, who is the defending World Series champions, but have been scuffling in 2024, they can at least put some better at-bats together. And then when Kansas City comes here for 4 games on Monday through Thursday, starting on Memorial Day, you obviously at least want to split that series, if not take that series. Twins enter 6.5 games back. If you don't remember, just about 10 days ago, they were a half game back. So in the words of Ferris Bueller, life can come at you fast here when you start losing games like that. So Twins are 6.5 games back to begin the homestand. One last note here on the SKOR North Extra Innings Twins Show. By the way, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everyone. I know it's been an obviously roller coaster season. You got the Timberwolves just across the street, which is going to be badass, and appreciate everyone who has double dipped into that. Or if you are a Twins fan, hit the like button, subscribe button, help grow this YouTube channel. We're knocking on the door of 3,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. I know there was concern about Jhoan Duran's decline in velocity, and decline in velocity as in terms of, he's a regular 102, even 103, can clock 104, I believe, once type of guy, and it's been more 99. It was 99, 98. There was, I believe, 100 pitch thrown in Washington, but was there concern maybe with decreasing velocity? Jayce Tinger said that maybe have had to do with some of the slide step that Duran was dealing with when a base runner was on. And typically he was a lot longer time-wise getting the ball out and getting that second foot planted on other situations compared to what was going on Monday. Because of that, that can lead to decreased velocity. So that's a timing, that's a mechanical, that's an issue that Duran will have to kind of deal with. And look, when there's a runner on, your stress level's up. You're going to pitch obviously a little bit different, whether you're going, from the stretch or from the windup, from obviously with the slide steps. So I think the slide step was a big reason for the decline of velocity. It doesn't look like it's a physical injury with Duran, who I know missed the first about 3-4 weeks of the season with an oblique injury, so he's just still kind of trying to build back up to a degree. I wouldn't be completely panicked on Duran, but I would definitely be it's something to watch. Definitely something to watch over the homestand if Duran's velocity can at least somewhat get back to normal. And again, maybe that's with a little bit better mechanics. Maybe that's dealing with traffic on the bases. We'll certainly see. This is the SKOR North Extra Inning Twin Show. Again, just wanted to hop on here, give a little quick update. Again, Royce Lewis beginning a rehab assignment with the St. Paul Saints. The Saints are in Buffalo this weekend, so he will DH on Saturday, maybe spend some time playing third base on Sunday. We'll not really 100% clear on the timeline of that yet, but right now, if you look at the schedule for the St. Paul Saints, who again are at Buffalo for 3, they are then off on Monday. They remain on the road against the Rochester Red Wings. So that will be very interesting. With the built-in off day with the St. Paul Saints on Monday, does Royce Lewis return here? So I think that's what we probably would be penciled in. I don't know if Royce would play on that Monday, but with a built-in off day and the Saints remaining on the road, will they send him back to St. Paul? I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, only 2 games of rehab, so maybe they keep him with St. Paul and then he comes back. But we'll see. Regardless, though, Twins are very much closer to getting their superstar player back, which is the most important news. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everyone listening. This is SKOR North Extra Innings. My name's Declan Goff. You can expect extra inning content throughout this Memorial Weekend. Hope you guys are having a fun, safe Memorial Weekend. You're maybe turning on this podcast as you're on the dock, cracking a cold one. Drink all the cold ones for me. I'll be here at the ballpark grinding away, so super excited for that. Big series for the Twins coming up. This is SKOR North Extra Innings. We'll be talking at you later.